welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing. So today I'm going to share with you another haul. I'm gonna show you the latest purchases, fragrance purchases that I made. This one is maybe slightly shorter than usual, but there's still a lot of really interesting fragrances. Okay, without any long introduction, let's just go through the fragrances that I purchased. Number one is something that I either already shared with you in another video or I'm going to share with you again. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it in this video. This is my first full bottle purchase from a niche house called Vilhelm Parfumeri. The very beautiful big box, very high quality box. The fragrance is called Mango Skin. Let me show you how it looks. There was another sort of cover here on top, which I put somewhere and I can't find it now. And here's how the bottle looks. So let's take it out. These come in 50 ml and 100 ml, and mine is 50 ml. And again, because I've already talked in detail about this fragrance in another video, which you might have seen already or you will see soon, I'm not going to go into a lot of details about this one. There are a lot of notes in this fragrance, which to me are kind of irrelevant because this simply smells like mango, fresh, juicy mango that you've just peeled and you're just starting to bite into. It is incredibly realistic, sweet, juicy type of scent. It is stunning. If you like mango and if you like sweet fruity scents, this is definitely for you. And I want to mention, I saw a video after I purchased this fragrance, basically a few days ago. I saw a video by Delicious Delights where she talked about this one as one of the fragrances that she's been using the most lately. And she mentioned a very interesting combination where she layers this one with more sunshine. Now, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to trying it because I have sunshine as well. So really curious about this combination. I will let you know what I think about it once I get a chance to try it. But Mango Skin is outstanding mango type of scent. Next purchase is kind of accidental. It's a fragrance that I never heard of, never even looked into. I went to a Sephora store. I was actually returning something and I saw a little corner where they had their sale items, and of course I see fragrances, I have to take a look. And I saw this one. This was on a huge sale. I think it was 50 or even more % off. So they had this large, I think 200 ml bottle, which is the largest bottle I have, for like 40 or something around there Canadian dollars, which is really unheard of. And so I decided, well, I just have to get it and try it. And this is from a house that I actually don't have anything from. This is from Cartier, and this is called Eau de Cartier Zeste de Soleil. There you go. The bottle is huge. Like I said, it's 200 ml. It is massive. There you go. So in this one, there are only 3 notes listed. It's yuzu, passion fruit, and mint. And it is, of course, very light, very airy, very summery type of scent. It is not strong at all. So I understand why there is 200 ml, because you really need to spray this on for you to be able to smell it and for this to last. So it is not a long-lasting fragrance, but I didn't expect it to be. This is kind of out of season now because this is definitely a summery scent. I would say, to me, yuzu and mint come most prominently, kind of passion fruit, not so much, although there is definitely some kind of fruitiness in this. And it is sort of this, it feels like a fruity, citrusy type of scent, but kind of different. Like the notes in this are not your typical fruity citrusy notes, so that makes it a little bit unique in my opinion. So I'm not really gonna wear it much now, I don't think. This is more for summer and we're nearing the end of summer, but if you have a chance to sample it, I would not pay a lot of money for it, but for a reasonable price, I would say try it. It's really, really cute. It's really pretty. It is nothing out of the ordinary, but it is a very pleasant, very nice scent. I've worn it a couple of times and I really, really enjoyed it. It is very nice. And I would say this is almost unisex in my opinion. I can totally, it's not too sweet, and so I can totally see a man wearing this one at all. So really unexpected and really nice purchase. Okay, next one. Next one is from a house that I've been hearing a lot of talk about. It is certainly a very well-known house, but I've never owned anything from it. For some reason, I've always avoided it. It just never really piqued my interest. And even when I did, I looked at some fragrances and I could never really narrow it down to what I wanted to try. Nothing really seemed exactly up my alley. But finally, I decided to seriously research this house. And so I'm talking about Penhaligons, and I chose Changing Constance. Here's the box. It is so beautiful, beautiful packaging. And when you open it, here's the fragrance. The bottle is just as equally beautiful. Let's take it out. Here it is. So the notes in here are pimento, cardamom, vanilla, caramel, salt, tobacco, cashmeran. And this is a gourmand type of fragrance, but I would say it's not, it doesn't have overpowering type of sweetness. I am so glad I chose this one. Of course, I bought it blindly, but I think I made absolutely the right choice. It is sweet, so you have that vanilla and you have caramel and you have a touch of salt in the background, bringing something interesting to it. But what makes this fragrance really interesting and real special, in my opinion, is tobacco. It has very nice, very subdued and kind of easygoing tobacco. Tobacco can be overpowering in some cases, and I don't like overpowering tobacco, but this is there's just enough tobacco to bring interesting kind of smoky, spicy type of touch, but it's not too much tobacco where it just overpowers you and it just smells like you've been smoking or you've been sitting in a place where somebody's smoking for a really long time. It is gourmand, sweet, a little bit spicy, very, very, very beautiful. I'm so glad I tried it, and I think I definitely made the right choice. I am loving this fragrance and really looking forward to wearing it in the fall and winter. And I think those seasons are really the best for this type of fragrance. You know, as I'm looking through all of my purchases, I just noticed that this haul is actually full of firsts. Actually, absolutely everything on this list in this haul is a first for me. Fragrances from houses that I have not tried anything from. That's a complete coincidence. I just noticed it, but I thought, wow, that's really interesting. And so the next one is again new to me house, but I've seen it a lot. I know it is sold at Sephora. It is possibly sold somewhere else. And I was at Nordstrom Rack and I saw this little it's not really a sample set, but kind of a set of 3 in smaller sizes. I think they're each 15 mil. Yeah. And so I decided to try it at Nordstrom Rack. Of course, this was very inexpensive. And I thought, okay, I've heard people talking about this brand. I've seen it at Sephora. I've never tried anything. Let me give it a shot. I'm talking about Nest. And so you see, I got a set of these 3 fragrances. They came together, 15 mil each. So let's open it and see what we have in here. Now, I have not worn any of them yet. Okay, so the first one I have is Midnight Fleur. That's this one. And the box here actually tells me the notes, so I'm just gonna read from here. So the notes in here are exotic woods, patchouli and black amber, night blooming jasmine, and vanilla orchid. So I'm just going to spray these. Like I said, I sort of sprayed them quickly when I bought them, but I haven't tested them properly yet. There's definitely a bit of alcohol on the initial spray. And there is jasmine. There's definitely patchouli, and I think there is black amber. That's what's coming out the strongest for me. It has an element of sort of a bit of sharpness. I can't say that I'm a huge fan of this sharpness. The scent overall, yeah, there's some woody notes in here. They're starting to come out a little bit more now. It's not repulsive to me, but it is also nothing that I really would want to wear or I love. Like I said, there is almost an element of sharpness and sort of sourness that's coming here. I'm not sure what it's coming from. So interesting. I am not sure that this is my cup of tea. I don't think it is, but I'm really curious to test it out properly on my skin. So we will see. The second one here is Dahlia and Vines. So it's this one. So the notes in here are dewy daffodils, peony, rose, and garden vines. Okay, this sounds interesting. I definitely like rose. I like peony. This sounds like something that I should like. Oh yes, this is definitely so much better. So this is completely a floral scent, very floral, but not very strong. Peony, rose, absolutely. There is definitely kind of a slight watery feel to this, like it's flowers after a rain. And so what do we have here? Maybe it's dewy daffodils that bring something. I'm not sure what they smell like, but I'm just guessing that maybe this is something that they bring to this scent. It is slightly fresh and it is slightly sweet. It's a really pretty floral peony rose type of scent. Is it something out of the ordinary? No, but it is pretty, and this is definitely something that I could wear. I can see myself wearing this. This is my type of floral. And the last one here is called Indigo, and I've definitely heard something somewhere about this scent. This is the one name that sort of rings a bell for me, although I don't think I've ever sampled it, and to be honest, I don't remember anything that I've heard. So this has Moroccan tea, cashmere wood, black cardamom, and wild fig and bergamot. Again, sounds interesting. I definitely like tea in my fragrances. Oh, okay. I think this might be my favorite of the three. There's definitely tea, absolutely. Tea that's very strong, and it is an extremely sweet, sugary tea. I would almost say maybe there's even some honey added to the tea, but it's for someone who really loves sort of this syrupy sweet tea. I don't know, I love drinking tea. I'm probably more of a tea drinker than a coffee drinker, although I drink coffee as well. But I like just plain tea. I don't put sugar or anything else in my tea. This would be the complete opposite of that. This is someone who puts a ton of sugar in their tea. It's extremely, extremely sweet. And it definitely has some spices in it. So what did we say? Cardamom. Yeah, so definitely sort of like cardamom, cinnamon, something. But you feel those kind of spicy elements in here. And it does have an element of woodiness for sure. So this one is very interesting. I would say this is an extremely sweet, spicy tea scent. Very, very interesting. I kind of like this one, although I have a number of tea scents. I don't think I have anything quite this sweet and this spicy. So I am really, really curious to test this one on my skin. So again, this is an interesting purchase. I will be honest with you, I didn't expect anything out of the ordinary from this three, and there is nothing extraordinary, at least on the initial spray, but these were, you know, extremely inexpensive, and it gave me a chance to get to know this house a little bit and test some fragrances from it. So I'm definitely going to give these a chance and going to try them out. Okay, we're down to 2 fragrances. One of them is another first, and this again is inspired or made under the influence of the curious perfumer Alice. She's been influencing me a lot lately. She actually posted on Instagram about this fragrance, and the way she described it, she said it was lemony, it was sugary, and these are things that I absolutely love, that I decided, yeah, I absolutely must try it. It sounds so delicious. And this is a Zara fragrance, which I have never tried or owned anything from Zara. And of course, again, this is very inexpensive. And so I thought, well, even if I don't like it, okay, I'm not purchasing anything expensive. Now, it is called a sweet pastry in Paris. There you go. Here's the bottle. I mean, pretty simple, normal bottle. And the notes in here are lemon, sugarcane, and vanilla. And that is exactly what it smells like. She was absolutely right. This is so, so delicious. This is just beautiful. It is a very sugary lemon type of pastry. It is very reminiscent of Xerja Fleur. It is definitely going in the same direction. It is not a dupe, it is not identical, but it is going in the same direction. I would say for those of you who maybe are interested in Lyra or want to try Lyra, this is kind of a budget-friendly version. Again, not identical, not a dupe, but very, very similar. You get a very sweet, sugary pastry. It's not exactly as smooth or as nicely blended as Lyra. Of course not, but then, you know, price difference is ridiculous. Like, it's huge. The lemon is a lot sharper, the sweetness is a lot sharper, but the overall vibe and the overall feeling that it gives you is very, very similar. I can't tell you anything about the performance yet. This literally just arrived yesterday and I have not had a chance to wear it, so I have no idea, but it is really, really delicious scent. So again, Alice, you were right. I'm glad I tried it. I really, really like it. I was surprised how much I liked it. And so we've come to the last fragrance, and this is again my first from this house. Again, it's a house that I've been hearing a lot of talk about lately, and I've never tried anything from them. I think mainly because it's sort of a deceiving name. It's called the House of Oud, and so I just automatically assumed that all of their fragrances had oud, and I never looked into them. Well, turns out no, not all of their fragrances have oud, and so when I realized that, I started researching and thinking, okay, which one do I want to try? So here's the overall box, and the fragrance I went with is Grape Pearls. There you go. I mean, bottles are stunning. From what I understand, these are hand painted, so every bottle is slightly different than the rest of them. So let's take it out. Let's try to take it out. Here we go. Here's the bottle. So this is actually the stand, and the juice is in here. I think there is 75 ml if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So Grape Pearls, the notes in here are grapes, blueberries, floral notes, vanilla, rose, grape leaves, amber, and musk. And when I did my research on this, when I read reviews on Fragrantica and listened to some videos, Many said that this is very similar to Montal's Intense Cafe or to Tiziana Terenzi Deluxe, which you know I have Deluxe and I really like it. And so I kept for a while, I kept going back and forth on this one. I thought, well, on one hand, if it's similar to Deluxe, I know that I'm going to like it. But on another hand, if it's an exact dupe of that, do I need another fragrance that smells exactly the same? And so finally, I decided to pull the plug and try it. So what do I think about it? When I first sprayed, the opening is definitely very, very similar to Deluxe or to Intense Cafe. Very, very similar. And so I thought, okay, this is beautiful. I like it, but I have a fragrance that smells like this already. But I had to wait a little bit from this to settle down, and in a dry down, the fragrance changes a little bit. More sweetness is coming through, and definitely blueberries and grapes are coming through as well. They're not very evident at the beginning, but as it starts to dry down, they're definitely coming out more, and vanilla is coming out more again. So this is not a dupe of Intense Cafe or Deluxe, but I would say this is definitely a cousin. And the way I would describe the difference between the two is that perhaps Deluxe is a male cousin, where Grape Pearls is a female cousin, because Grape Pearls is a little bit sweeter and a little bit fruitier. Deluxe is more like you have that rose, coffee, vanilla, which you still have here as well, but once it starts drying down, you also have the addition of grapes and blueberries and a slightly stronger vanilla sweetness. So they're similar. They're going in the same direction, but I would say maybe this one is a little bit more feminine, whereas Deluxe is a little bit more masculine, but overall, anyone can wear this one. So this is really, really beautiful. I really like it. I really enjoy it, and I'm glad I purchased it, because like I said, it is, although it is similar to Deluxe, it is not exactly the same. And I definitely want to explore a few more from this. I already have a couple on my wish list, but for now, this is it for this house. I really like it, and of course, you know, the bottle is absolutely beautiful. And so that's the end of this haul. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and share with me what your recent purchases have been. I am really curious to find out. Thank you for watching. I will see you soon in my next video. Bye.